Hi, Paul here, testing one. Welcome live inside of Maracanãzinho in Rio de Janeiro, home of the World League Finals, the 26th edition. It's a semifinal Saturday, and first up it'll be Serbia and the United States. And very pleasantly surprised, pretty good crowd on hand, given the fact that the hosts from Brazil have not advanced and a little bit ahead of schedule, and so already the teams have concluded their warm-ups and have advanced to the center court, and we will have the playing of the national anthems of the United States and Serbia. Well, we are set to go with the first of two semifinals to be followed later between France and Poland. Poland, the reigning world champion. Serbia currently ranked number 8 in the world. The United States, number 5. We'll tell you how they got here. The United States lost their opening match to Brazil 3-1 and then beat France yesterday, and on point differential won the group. While Serbia was losing their first match in 5 sets to Italy, then beat Poland yesterday also in 5 sets, so they got in as well. And here we are in the semifinals, the 13th meeting all time in the World League between Serbia and the United States. The Europeans lead the series 7 wins against only 5 to the United States. They most recently met In October at the World Championships, the United States won in a very tightly contested match, 3-1. And now for the introduction of the international referees working this match. On the left will be the first referee, Nasser Shaban from Egypt, and he will be assisted by Mr. Hernan Casamekela from Argentina. The challenge system will be in effect. 7 areas can be challenged. Net touch, touch off the block, ball into the antenna, ball in and out, 3-meter line violation, service line violation, and center line, and of course, most importantly, ball in and out. And there once again is Mr. Miguel Angel Quintana, the head of the World League Council, overseeing things, and we are getting set to go. We'll have a introduction of the starting lineups. There's a look for the United States. Tom Jeske still in there for Aaron Russell. David Smith will get the look in the middle, followed by the tournament's second leading scorer, Matt Anderson, Taylor Sander, Max Holt, Micah Christensen, the setter, and Eric Shoji will be the libero. The United States will be wearing their white uniforms. Serbia will be wearing red, white, and blue, but mostly blue background. And here is the starting lineup. Uros Kovacevic, very, very clever player, and I think one of the keys. But speaking of that, number 14, Alexander Atansievich, currently the tournament's leading scorer, had 27 points versus Poland, 24 kills. So that is somebody that certainly the United States will need to slow down. And conversely, Matt Anderson is leading the tournament in kill percentage at 59%. He had 23 kills versus Brazil, and then another 15 versus France yesterday in the United States 3-1 victory. It'll be Lisinac Kovacevic. At the libero position, Neven Majstorovic will get the start, and the starting setter will be Nikola Jovovic once again. And the head coach for Serbia is none other than Nikola Grbic, 41 years of age, a Hall of Famer, inducted in 2013, Olympic gold medalist in 2000, and many people consider, and of course it'd be an interesting conversation, the greatest setter of all time. We'll get a look at the coaches as the match moves along. Best 3 out of 5 sets. First 4 sets to 25 points, must win by 2. Fifth set, if necessary, will be played to 15. 18th appearance in the World League for the United States. They've won this title on 2 occasions, 2008, 2014. And speaking of 2008, when the United States won that gold medal, who did they beat in the final? Yep, they beat Serbia, 3-1. So we're set to go. There is Atansievich. Against Poland yesterday, 24 of 44. He plays the opposite. And it's going to be a real head-to-head battle between he and number 1 in white for the United States, Matt Anderson. Jeske will serve first. And we're underway. Both of these teams very good in their systems. And what I mean by that, their ability to play the game of volleyball. Receive, serve, transition. They're in good possession defensively. And this point, first point, a very good example. Atansievich down the line for the score. I think you're going to see an awful lot of that. You're going to see some long rallies. You're going to see good ball control by both teams. And whoever wins the long rallies, I think that is going to dictate who has the upper hand in this particular semifinal. Taylor Sander able to sneak that ball inside of Sriko Lisinac. Lisinac starting middle blocker, wearing number 20, and Taylor Sander wearing number 3 in white for the United States, last year's most valuable player when the United States beat Brazil in Florence. Here's David Smith, 2 meters, 30 years of age, played at the London Olympic Games, now back to serve in the starting lineup for the United States, and misses that one long. The United States has been an inconsistent serving team. Can go on runs, but sometimes, not yesterday, Max Holt really was effective from the service line, but not so against Brazil. Their best server, being the Americans, has been Matt Anderson, no question about that. Serbia is a very consistent serving team. I'll give you those numbers in just a second. Beautiful dig that time by number 17, Majstorovic. Into the cross court, and look at this. Nikola Kovacevic, the older brother of Euros. I was having a conversation with Nikola Grbic before the match, and I said, don't you think it's time we saw the older Kovacevic, his kind of match? Very experienced, two-time Olympian. And he is in the starting lineup for this semifinal, wearing number 1 in blue. Here is Anderson, already with 6 aces in the tournament. Kovacevic off the block and out of bounds. Very, very technically sound player, an explosive athlete as well. Kovacevic at only 1.93 meters, 6'4", now 32 years of age. There is his younger brother. Doesn't look it so much with the heavy beard. Nikola's got the light one going on. Easy serve. That's going to be 4 contacts. That ball never cleared. So tied at 3, again just underway as Taylor Sander goes back for the first time. Both of these teams really had to scrap to get into the finals. The groups were so competitive and so evenly distributed, if you will. Came down to points differential for the United States. Very, very unusual unforced error in Serbia, a team that's got really good fundamentals in ball control. I think the problem started when Nikola Kovacevic thought that ball might have been out of bounds and ended up just playing it with one hand. Into the middle, and the first kill for Lisinac. Jeske into the block, smart play, restarting the point when he was in trouble, and then Anderson into the cross court. A little mano-a-mano between Matt Anderson and Alexander Atanasievich. That was the key contact right there, because Tom Jeske, 21 years of age, that's a pretty sophisticated play. Into the block, restart the point, get a better swing for the United States and Anderson. Here's Max Holt. First couple of times through the service line, very important for him as far as his confidence is concerned. Atanasievich down the line, working one-on-one that time against Jeske. Alexander Atanasievich, leading scorer so far through the preliminary round, 53 points in 2 matches. 2 meters, just 23 years of age. 27 points yesterday versus Poland, as I mentioned. Missed contact, and the United States will pay the price. Not yet. Good dig by Anderson in the cross court. Oh, a shank that time. Anderson had that ball change direction of it off the top of the block, and it got up high on him, and he just couldn't play it. Jeske over the top of the block and down. I'll tell you a little bit about Tom Jeske. His first appearance with the senior national team, 1.98 meters, 21 years of age. He was the outstanding college player in the United States last year, leading Loyola University of Chicago to their 2nd straight NCAA championship. He'd been coming off the bench, but then Aaron Russell sprained his ankle. He's available today, but he sprained his ankle against Brazil, and Jeske came in, struggled a little bit in his first match against Brazil. He was only 1 of 10, but he went 8 of 18 yesterday against France. Too many errors, however. Jeske had 8 errors to cancel out those 8 kills. Back and forth we go. Early action in the semifinals between Serbia in blue and the United States in white. Serbia leading 7-6. Of course, we'll have 2 technical timeouts, one when a team reaches 8, one when a team reaches 16. Tap into the block. Good play by Kovacevic. Anderson looking for some hands, misses that over the top of the block. And the teams will head to the sideline. And at the first break here on semifinal Saturday, it's Serbia over the United States in the opening set, 8-6.
We still have some nice scoring opportunities, so we're in a good spot. Any reminders on number one?
Well, number one, yeah. I mean, he's hitting a little bit more line and system we talked about. So keep that right hand strong, left hand in there. Area 6 stepping left when he's out of system. Okay. Remember, Area 5. When one hits sharp, he hits in the court. So remember, we step forward on that ball on him. Okay.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
Go. Woo! Hey, here we go, baby.
1, 2, 3.
USA. Remember that area?
I get it. We're going right here.
Good insight into some of the intricacies of the scouting report, knowing every hitter's tendencies, not only where he likes to go with the initial contact, but also how you want to rotate and position your backcourt players. Area 5, the court is divided into 6 areas. Area 1 is the right side, right back. It used to be called the service area, but you can serve from anywhere now. Right front is 2, middle front is 3, left front is 4, left back is 5, middle back is 6. So when you hear coaches talking about specific court areas, that's what they're describing. Matt Anderson coming right back and putting that ball straight to the floor. Spectacular swing. Still counts for 1. Wow, look at that swing. I tell you right now, one of the real keys has been the digging prowess of Neven Majstorovic, the libero for Serbia. He's been getting his hands on a lot of balls, and they play too. Nikola Rosic will also be in the lineup, so interesting to watch. 1 in reception, 1 in digging. United States off to a pretty slow start right now, serving the ball. Back row combination dug by Kovacevic, the younger Kovacevic to the older Kovacevic. And a centerline violation called against the United States. The ball was not down. So after the ball was attacked out of the back row, a violation of the center line, and now Serbia with a 10-7 lead. There you see it. Easy play to call. That was by Jeski on the follow through after the back row quick combination. Serbia is playing some absolutely superb backcourt defense right now. Good swing off the top of the block that time by Taylor Sander. Talked about the serving of Serbia in their second preliminary round matchup. There you see the definitive touch. They served exceptionally well against Poland. They had 6 aces and only 14 errors in that entire 5-set match. 14 errors. That is really good. Lisinac with a wrist away. Astanjevic with a good opening swing. Got Serbia ahead in the point after Jeski was in area 1 digging the ball, but then couldn't keep it on his own side of the net. No chance there. And a rare service error for Atansievich and Serbia. Again, 6 aces and 14 errors. That is a phenomenal serving performance by Serbia yesterday in their victory over world champion Poland. So Matt Anderson back to the line. 4 aces against Brazil, 2 aces yesterday against France. Oh, Taylor Sanders got to hit that ball. And Max Holt finally on the tap down. Yeah, players these days have gotten in such, in my opinion, a bad habit. When the ball's passed over the net, you got to go up and rip somebody's face off with that ball. You know, but they step back. I see if they're 3 meters, not 3 meters, a meter off the net, but that ball was right on top of the net. You got to punish somebody with that. Good serve again by Anderson. Atansievich, three-man block, stop for the first time. Christensen, along with Taylor Sander and Max Holt. But it all started with a very good serve from Anderson. Let's see who gets this block. Yeah, it was Micah Christensen getting involved in the three-man block. Christensen just about to start his professional career after graduating from the University of Southern California. He's going to be playing in Italy for Macerata. So the United States on a 4-1 run and right back into this until Matt Anderson missed that serve. But good run for Anderson across the back line. There's John Spera in his third year as head coach for the United States. He was an assistant previously in both 2008 and 2012 in Beijing and London, respectively. Here's Kovacevic. And into the cross court, right on the sideline. And that time with a rare successful swing away from Majstorovic. Taylor Sander, the #1 receiver in the tournament so far in terms of percentage of perfect passes, and yesterday against France, he was really good. 18 of 32 with only 2 errors. Ace serve! No, Atansievich is begging for a challenge here from Nikola Grbic, but that ball was definitely, and I do mean definitely, and the whole ball was in the court. And Nikola Grbic is going to call his first of 2 team timeouts, with the United States currently leading. The United States trail 10-7, so they have gone on a 6-2 run to take the advantage, 13-12.
Samo malo da budemo racionalni. Okej. Ovo možete vi maj čovjek na Čekiću, okej. Znači udaramo visoko, ne zabijamo, dvojni i trojni blok imaju dobru organizaciju bloka i odbrane, okej. Samo strpljenje. Okej. Daj, srednjaci. Kada istižete na kraju, ne da se bacate ovako, ostavljamo ruku. Kad idete desno, leva ruka napred. Kad idete levo, ovamo, desna ruka.
Coming out of the timeout, good serve into the cross court. Atansievich again, tipping here. Anderson a little bit late. Smart shot over the top of the block. And kept alive. Oh, they're going to call a lift there. And Micah Christensen immediately says, yep, I scooped that one up. Sander missed that ball out of bounds, and boy, I don't know why the United States, it's been going on this whole World League final. This play right here, the back row quick combination, has been absolutely money for the Americans the entire Intercontinental round, but they're just not in sync right now. And that was a crucial error as Serbia goes back on top by 1. A serve by Lisinac. And now timeout called by the United States.
Every set, so let's make sure we do that every time from the start, okay? All right. Jesse, you gotta put it on. You gotta put some pressure on it, right? You know, you're out of systems, you gotta put it on 2 so we can load up and go 3. It's a good team to block 3 against. Instead, we don't. They have a full system, guy throws it into the seam because Max can't get there. So make a play ball now. One, two, three. USA.
Coming out of the timeout, jump floater here to be sure and keep that ball in play. The United States needs a score, and they get one quickly through the hole by Jeske. Tom Jeske, just 21, as I've mentioned, but also with another year of college eligibility at the University of Loyola Chicago, but he has foregone that to sign a professional contract in Poland. He will go back the following year to finish his degree. Good high flat shot, Juros Kovacevic. When I spoke with head coach John Spera, he was really concerned about how smart Juros Kovacevic was, just like his older brother. They really know how to play the game. Teams will head to the sideline once again. Second technical timeout of the opening set, with Serbia leading once again now 16-14. Very interesting sight right there. Nikola Grbic, first-year head coach, arguably one of the greatest setters of all time in the game of volleyball, speaking with his young setter, Nikola Jovovic, only 23 years of age. And I spoke with Nikola before the match, and I said, you know, what do you think it's like being a Serbian setter with you as the head coach? And he knew exactly what I was talking about. He kind of laughed. And he said, well, I just, you know, I understand the question, but I just want them to be as good as they can be. And I never use the pronoun I. I would have done this. I would have seen that. I would have chosen that. It's all about making them as good as they can be. Anderson off the block and out of bounds. Micah Christensen back to serve. Been a streaky sort of match, and that's kind of surprising because both of these teams are very, very sound in pretty much all phases. The one exception, I would say, is the United States from right here at the service line, but so far they've been pretty good. Atansievich into the block. Great cover that time by Maestrovic. United States with a chance to tie, and they do. David Smith on the wrist away. Shot into the block, and a very good cover that time by Mostorovic, but better play by the United States. And as we thought, and as it was at the World Championships just some months ago, back in October, the United States and Serbia played a very close match there, and they are once again here in the World League semifinals. And that ball served just out of bounds by Christensen. He was a very effective server in the early stages of the Intercontinental round, lighting up Iran. There's David Smith adjusting his hearing aids. That's a very interesting shot, and lets me tell the story. Smith suffered almost complete hearing loss as a child, and so has been playing with hearing aids his entire career. And he kind of jokes. He played professionally in France for a long time now. And tells me, you know, sometimes it's a real disadvantage because communication, and particularly when things are happening behind him in terms of who's going to play a ball, it's a little bit tough. But sometimes when the coach is yelling at him, it helps him a lot because he can't hear him. He was joking, of course. Ball served out of bounds once again. Back and forth we go. Serbia on top by one. Marko Podraščanin has been the quintessential really good server. Tough and in consistently. There's the back row quick combination. But that's still, that ball was still hit only at about 60% maybe. The United States has been crushing this ball, and you can see that Jeske was not at full extension on this particular play. It goes down, but the Americans got to get a little more consistent and a little more efficient with that particular play. David Lee, two-time. Ooh, that was bad. He's been a really good server. That is a rare mistake for Lee, who's come on when he has not started. He started the first match against Brazil. He's come off the bench since then. But he has been a very, very good jump floating weapon for the United States, but obviously not on that occasion. Atancievich. Good crowd on hand here today at Americanazinho. Ace serve by Atancievich. 2-point lead once again for Serbia. And a timeout called by the United States. Mentioned Americanazinho. This will be the home of the 2016 indoor Olympic volleyball competition. Building first opened in 1954, completely remodeled in 2003, reopened in 2004, and the second time this building has been the host of the World League Finals. The last time the United States beat Serbia for the gold medal. The Americans come in as the defending champions, having won in 2014. As far as Serbia is concerned, their 9th appearance in the World League. They were second in 2008 and 2009. Here is Anderson. Toss a little bit low given where he's been tossing it to. And that's going to be a 3-meter line violation. Uros Kovacevic thought that he had a little room to spare, so now tied at 20. Oh, no question about it. Very good call that time by the first referee, Nasser Shaban. So Anderson will go back to the line once again. This has been a very good scoring rotation for the Americans. Excellent serve once again, coming out to Kovacevic. Big swing by Sander, looking for the top of the block. And a tentative swing by last year's most valuable player. And I say tentative because he just didn't get good wood on this. Watch how this ball spins coming out of his hand. Very little top spin. Did not get on top of that ball at all. And that was a really critical miss. Potential 2-point switch. Anderson out of bounds, and John Spera is going to challenge that there was a touch. I don't think so, but I said think with a capital T. It looked like it was outside the block. It didn't look like it was towards the hands over the block. It's clearly out of bounds. I'm sitting very near that particular end line. I don't see a touch. As I said, I thought it was outside of Uros Kovacevic. And I do not think that there was a touch here, but worth using one of your 2 challenges. Again, 7 areas of the game can currently be challenged, and I think that there will be more. No touch. Yeah, that's the correct call. (22-20) opening set. Semifinals still to come. France and the world champions from Poland. Into the cross court. Majsterovic overran that. And Taylor Sander with a big kill on the left side. Again, Sander 18 of 32 with just 2 errors yesterday against France. But he has not been playing throughout the course of this World League up to the level that he showed last year. He knows it. So does everybody else. Played very well, however, yesterday. Oh, big block. Not a good set that time by Jovovic. And Nikola Grbic is muttering to himself, but that was a very, very risky choice, particularly right there, number 14 on the right side. You have Atancievich out on the right side. Wonderful read, diving into the wrist away that time by Max Holt. Short serve down the line, Atancievich for sure. Off the block and down, just inside of Max Holt. Lisinac will go back to serve. Little confusion. Oh, the United States a big break, getting the ball back. Misconnection once again. Atancievich for the 2-point lead, and the ball is stuffed. Wow, what a break for the United States. You gotta keep playing. And now we're gonna have a challenge. Nikola Grbic is gonna use one of his 2 challenges, saying that the American block netted. I mean, why not? Why not use the challenge? You know, it's like using a timeout when you're out of timeouts towards the end of a set. Are they going to challenge? No, they have not officially challenged. Wow, they were certainly talking about it. Serbians yelling at the second referee. Of course, he's got nothing to do with whether or not it was a lift call. Tied at 23. Easy serve. Juros Kovacevic with a kill off the left side. Left-handers on the left side. A little bit squirrely sometimes. The angles are different, but you just really have to concentrate. On your eye work to get ready. Set point number 1 for Serbia. Anderson, beautiful dig in the backcourt by Kovacevic. Bad free ball pass. Anderson once again tucks it inside and out of bounds. Not a good set, not a good pass to start things off by Eric Shoji, the libero, who's usually very, very reliable. But that ball was passed about 2 meters off the net, and immediately the United States was behind in that point. So Serbia closes out the opening set in this best 3 out of 5. Close, but clearly out of bounds. Teams will change sides, head to the sideline. Serbia winning the opening set 25-23. Look at the important numbers, and the most important, 12 errors for the United States. 12 points they gave away to Serbia on balls hit out of bounds, balls served out of bounds. Only 4 errors for Serbia. The Europeans take the opening set 25-23. These teams have quite a history, and I have to remember back to the quarterfinals of the 2008 Olympic Games. United States won that in the 5th set 15-13 over Ivan Milkovic, Nikola Grbic. Nikola Kovacevic was on that team as well. There's Gustavo Andres, one of the great players for Brazil through many, many years, the older brother of Murilo, being introduced to the crowd here. And of course, huge volleyball following here in Brazil. Nice to see him once again. Well, caught pretty much unawares here, and I apologize. Nobody told us about this ceremony. I'm not sure what award is being distributed. I don't mean to throw anybody under the bus, but I guess I just did. So be it. Efforting that information for you right now. Yeah, somebody told me it was Gustavo. Of course, that's Andre Heller. And he was receiving a special designation. So sorry getting you that information late, but once again, nobody told us anything. So Serbia takes the opening set. We'll go back to serve with Marko Podraštinen. And obviously the United States needs to clean things up in the air department. 12 is just a hellacious number. Finally, that ball ripped in the back row quick combination area. Pretty good crowd on hand, considering the fact that Brazil surprisingly did not advance into the semifinal. They were a huge favorite, playing at home, #1 team in the world. But they lost their opening match 3-1 to France, and then had to see what happened in terms of points after they beat the United States 3-1. They came out with the worst point differential. Off speed, wow, that is just lucky that that ball went down. All started once again with a very good serve from Matt Anderson. John Spera, head coach for the United States, telling me that kind of decided that Taylor Sander needs a little bit higher of a set to take advantage of his really spectacular leaping ability. That ball maybe set a little bit too low, and that's why he had to tip it, even though he was one-on-one. Good play by Anderson, sprawling out. Got a swing at this and off the block and out of bounds. Spectacular defense, first of all, by Matt Anderson, and then Jeske reading the situation and moving over to the right back in order to make himself available, and the United States out quickly 3-0. Anderson completely stretched out, using all of his 2 meters 2 centimeters, 6'10" to get that ball. Swing nicely done into the deep cross court corner. Excellent swing. That ball is basically ungettable. Perfectly into the deep part of area 5, which is the left back. Well, the United States came out, I think they were pretty mad at themselves, because John Spera would have told them and showed them the stat sheet and said, look, men, you just beat yourselves. 12 errors. The United States is better than that. Both of these teams, as I mentioned, going into the opening set, good in reception, good in defense, good in blocking, offensively usually pretty good. Serbia is a better serving team. That's probably their biggest advantage, as Kovacevic threw the block once again. Serbia again had 6 aces and only 14 errors against Poland yesterday and their win over the world champions. I'm looking up the United States serving performance yesterday. It has not been good so far in the tournament. As a matter of fact, even though they beat France, 4 aces, 19 errors, and just as I say that, ball served out of bounds by Kovacevic. Tunsiewicz into the cross court. Good dig again by Anderson. Go quick, no. Jeski off speed. Be aggressive on a high swing. Anderson with a tough chance. And Micah Christensen with a left-hander. Kovacevic again. And out of bounds. Point of the match so far. Micah Christensen breaking out the left hand. And if you're wondering, it's only the Luigi if it goes down. And that one didn't. Here is Lisinac. United States leading 5-3. Ace serve. And as this match has gone on, clearly the Brazilian fans building holds 11,800. I'd guess they're maybe 7,000, 8,000 on hand. Clearly, they have decided that Serbia is their favorite team. Jeski is stuffed, and we're tied at 5. Substitution coming on now for the United States. Aaron Russell, his first year out of Penn State University, came right onto the floor, actually took advantage of an early injury situation himself when Taylor Sander got hurt, the first intercontinental round match against Iran. Aaron Russell stepped in, played so well, and I mean really well, that he has been a fixture in the starting lineup until he was injured in the Americans' opening match against Brazil. And immediately going to get a look. And can he put that ball away? Not yet. And now David Smith out of the middle. This is going to be a real battle. This is good stuff. Both teams play hard. They compete. They're really good block and defense, so they're going to be a lot of long rallies. The United States, look, I want to give Serbia all the credit because they put pressure on the Americans in the opening set, but 12 errors, that is a terrible number for the United States, cost them the opening set. Ace serve by Christensen. Just like that, the United States back on top 7-5. And if you're going to ace Nikola Kovacevic, that had to be a really good serve. Back row, quick combination, Kovacevic with a kill. Both teams are really, really good in serve reception, but in the serve-receive game so far, Serbia has been the better, even though they trail here in the second set, but only 7-6. Not good enough combination. If you don't hit the ball at absolutely 100%, it's not going to hit the floor. That ball off of Aaron Russell. Good swing again by Uros Kovacevic. Free ball coming. Oh, good soft shot. And that ball gets to the floor, and John Spera, head coach for the United States, is really angry, and with good reason. That was really careless. Letting that, see, again, unless you're super crisp, Serbia's too good defensively. You're not going to get any gifts. But the United States, in a giving mood on this Saturday morning here in Rio. They give one away there and trail Serbia at the first technical timeout, 8-7, second set. Serbia won the opening set 25-23.
There's no excuse for that. If you want to be a great team, you've got to come out and compete like that every time. And that is our goal.
Da, sjetite se na visoku loptu, paralela. Znači naša šestica udvaja ka paraleli. Na brzu loptu, korak desno, ulazimo u blok, odnosno u ruku od bloka. Ok, napred.
I guess it was an understatement to say that Coach John Spera was a little bit upset, but absolutely right. You got to get into your guys. Coming out of the first technical timeout, second set. Aaron Russell now on, replacing Jeske. Russell also at just 21 years of age. What a perfect pass, all kinds of choices, and Kovacevic once again. We're going to have a change at the setting position. Kavika Shoji, the brother of Eric Shoji, the libero, is going to come on now at the setting position. He's very, very capable. Both Eric and Kavika, proud graduates of one of the United States' premier universities, Stanford, where they were both All-Americans. Ace serve! Another substitution. Paul Lottman's going to come on now for Taylor Sander. Paul Lottman has played well in a substitution role, infrequently used over the last several months. That's just miscommunication. Jump serve ace in by almost a meter. And now Serbia on a good run here after they trailed 7-5. They're on a 5-0 run. And Jovovic is back to serve. Anderson through the block and down. I tell you, Matt Anderson is going to have to start carrying a much bigger load right now. And if I were the backup setter, Kavika Shoji, I would ride number one a little bit right now until my team gotten a little better rhythm in terms of their reception, defense, blocking, things along those lines, and until Aaron Russell and Paul Lottman got a little more comfortable on the floor. Juros Kovacevic, that's an unforced error. That was Jovovic's fault. Very poor set. Ball set way too wide outside the antenna. Tough chance that time for Kovacevic. Yeah, he tried to slice that off, but just missed it. Just tipped that ball into the block. He didn't know he would if he had a chance to do it again. That ball served way out of bounds by Russell. Hadn't played in a couple of days while trying to nurse that ankle back to health. He's been getting nothing but therapy over the last 48 hours. Serbia leading 1-0, 11-9 here in the second. And Paul Lottman is stuffed on the outside, and the United States is in all kinds of trouble. Said that Kavika Shoji should ride Matt Anderson. This ball set a little bit low right into Atancievich, and he's stuffed there. Wow, that was a bad swing. Very low to the net. Good job by Atancievich closing up the hole in the block. Jump serve missed here by Juros Kovacevic. You know, and as poorly as the United States has played, they only trail 12-10. 12 errors by the Americans in the opening set. and they ended up losing at 25-23. Maybe a lot of those were forced, the pressure coming from Serbia. A serve right down the line by David Smith. Atancievich one-on-one, good touch by Lotman. That's a bad dig. Russell's got to make that play. Like I told you, he hadn't really played, you know, in 48 hours or so. It doesn't sound like much, but you got to get a feel of the court, feel of the atmosphere, and maybe a little just over anxious on that particular play. Good serve by Podrashtanen, handled by Anderson, and crushed to the floor by Max Holt. 1-2-3, easy peasy. Here's Anderson again. And the Americans' best server so far, by far. That time off the top of the tape, easily handled. Oh, look at that. Paul Lotman and Max Holt got tangled up, and so there was no resistance there at all for Atancievich. I haven't talked about the net so far today, and I brought it up because that jump serve off the top of the net was almost slowed to a halt that time, easily handled by Kovacevic. The net here, a new experiment by the FIVB, loaded with LED lights. And it changes how the ball reacts to it. It slows things down a little bit off the top of the tape, a little less forgiving. I like the look of it. Use it for part of the entertainment in between sets and during timeouts. We'll have a look at it later on. I like it, but it's got to be used all the time, every time from now on. Off the top of the block, tracked down by Shoji. Ran out of real estate as the players along the sidelines scamper. Really good swing by Nikola Kovacevic. Again, I spoke with head coach Nikola Grbic, and I said, we're going to see the elder Kovacevic here today, and he just kind of smiled. The veteran of 2 Olympic Games and an outstanding player. A little bit of an injury along the sideline. Eric Shoji went into the bench and has cut his leg. And the United States does have a backup libero on their current roster in Dustin Watton. But he has not played at all so far in the tournament, and he's being thrown into the fire. And if I were Serbia, I would go after, and the United States should try to cover up Watton a little bit right now. Take some more court. Russell and Lotman should take some court until Watton gets his feet wet. Shoji going over to the sideline to get bandaged up a little bit. Slid into the chair right there. You got these new Formula One chairs along the sideline. These were just put into place today. Not saying that that was the cause. Good play by Watton. Kovacevic again, finding a hole in the block. So we have come to the second technical timeout. That will give the medical staff a little bit of time to patch up Eric Shoji. Happened right in front of me. And Aaron Brock, the not team doctor, if you will, but physical therapist for the United States, is tending to Eric Shoji right now. And I think it was just a superficial abrasion, so he should be back on the floor as soon as possible. Serbia leading 16-13.
Swings on the outside. Be low and tight in the block. Dig balls. We can smoke this team. We just got to be a little more relaxed out there. Be a little more fundamental. Be a little. Make sure we go through our checklist before we go. Well, given the pressure that's being applied, maybe that cut is a little bit deeper than I
first suspected. There are the LED lights in the net. Looks pretty cool. I like it. But the ball does react differently. And to me, that's fine. But now, at every major competition, then I better see LED lights. If you're going to have it, you got to do it all the time. If this is a test, fine. Evaluate it and then either do it or don't do it. Right side, Anderson, one-on-one right on the sideline. So John Speraw has made some changes. Brought in Kavika Shoji at the setting position, Aaron Russell off the bench, Paul Lottman off the bench. The big change, of course, at the setting position. Here's Holt. Easy serve, but he gets a little bit lucky off the top of the tape. Boy, that ball just ricocheted and flew up high on Uros Kovacevic. Look at that. We saw one stay high. See, that's what I mean by using it each and every time. In time, the players will adjust to how the ball reacts with the top of this stiffer net. The United States back within one. Tancievich in between the blockers. That ball was in. A little wishful thinking along the American sideline, no question. Again, Serbia, lots of consistent pressure without missing many serves. 2 sets to none lead would be huge in this match. Anderson again, right on the end line. Really good work now, Atea. That's a nice combination and good work. Kavika Shoji doesn't get a lot of opportunities either in practice and particularly in matches to set Matt Anderson, but they look pretty comfortable together. Watton handling the ball overhand for the first time off the top of the block, not to the floor yet. Free ball coming. Russell again. And, oh, it kept alive. Off the foot is legal. Try to go quick, not yet. Low to Anderson, and he puts the ball away. They've called a net violation against the United States. And they're going to challenge. I think what was called is that after Anderson hit the ball, then he netted. There's the net. I'll tell you, this not only is it crucial, it may decide the set, but the play is not over until the ball is on the floor. So in the replay booth, they'll be looking, one, did he touch the net? Yes, he did. But was the ball down first?
Net touch inside antenna or outside antenna?
Well, the net touch was clearly inside the antenna. That's not what matters. What matters is whether or not the ball was on the floor before the net touch. And I don't think it was. Ball still in the air, still in the air, still in the air. There's the net touch inside the court. And I think rightfully no touch. Wow. I don't see how that's possible. The United States just got a huge break right there.
What? He whistle first for the ball in it. When the ball is still flying, you must be again ball. It's okay? Again ball.
ball was clearly still in the air. Our audio difficulties have been sorted out. We took a big hit there, and I lost you for a while. And Atansievich through the block and down. Let's reset quickly. Serbia on top, 19-17. Back to that controversial play. You saw it. Anderson hit the ball. It was dug. The point was clearly not over. It was ruled no touch on the replay. Wrong. That should have been Serbia. We lost audio there just again for a moment, and I apologize for that. Everybody's scrambling as best they can. I really apologize for being in and out at such a critical moment. Serbia now leading 20-17. There is Stefan Antiga, the head coach for Poland. A very interested observer, of course. Coming up next, about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this first of two semifinals on this special Saturday in the World League in Rio de Janeiro. The matches happening very early. The semifinals at 10 and 12, respectively, in the morning. The finals tomorrow scheduled for 9 and 11. We're losing you in and out, so I'm hanging in as best I can, and everybody's scrambling, so I appreciate the work by the crew here from Globo to get our audio right. And with you now, Dave Smith back to serve. The United States trailing Serbia 20-18. Serbia's been making all the big plays, and they've been much better in serve and reception. Oh, that ball. I'm tempted to just let it play right now because my audio is really messed up. Over the top of the block there, we're trying to reset things. I'll keep it going. A net violation called against the United States, and now Serbia's leading and in complete control, 22-18. Apologize once again for the technical difficulties, making every effort we can. Things have been going very smoothly, but just hitting a little bit of a glitch right now.
All right. Where are they going to be next row? 1-3. Hey, we got to figure out that throw coming across. I think it's area 1. I think it's area 1. I think it's got to be area 1. I think so. If it's area 2, I see it really. The tip, not running in for the short tip. Yeah. Yeah, I think we just got to go. I think we just got to go. 1, 2, 3. USA. Hey, Ronnie.
Marko Podraštinen will go back to serve, and what a job he's done at the line. Just constant pressure. Serbia is so low in error rate from the service line. Again, 6 aces yesterday and only 14 errors in their victory over Poland. Anderson off the block and out of bounds, and what a set that time by Dustin Watton. Coming into the match as the backup libero after Eric Shoji went to the sideline, and I'm trying to get Shoji's attention to see how his knee is. Went hard into the sideline, suffered an abrasion. Crowd certainly favoring Serbia right now. think maybe they're just favoring the team that's playing better. And right now, that is clearly Serbia. 3-point lead for Serbia over the United States. Outside, Kovacevic again. Boy, that ball might have gone right over the top of the block, maybe outside. And now Serbia well on their way to a 2-0 advantage. They led 8-7 at the first technical timeout, 16-13, and now lead at 23-19. And it seems, at least for the moment, our audio problems have been resolved. Atancijevic keeping that ball in. Serbia gets pretty conservative towards the end of sets, especially serving the ball. Very easy serve by Lotman, and that ball crushed to the floor by Lisinac. And now 3 set points for Serbia. Serbia has never won this championship. They finished second in 2008, 2009. And in total, they have been the runner-up 4 times. The United States has won the World League twice, in 2008 and last year in 2014. That ball served just out of bounds by Kovacevic, but the way Serbia has been receiving serve, I'll tell you, they're not worried about it right now at all. 3 more set points. Atancijevic puts in the final nail. The tournament's leading scorer, wearing number 14 in blue for Serbia. Teams will change sides. They win the second set 25-21 and are now on top of the United States, the defending champions. 2-0 here in Rio in the first of 2 semifinals. Still to come, Poland and France. We'll step aside. Serbia in control of this semifinal. The United States certainly cleaned up the error category, but look at the offense. 18 kills to only 13. No blocks for the United States. 0. That's really good offense by Serbia, but a poor blocking performance by the Americans. Serbia won the opening set 25-23, and even more convincingly so in the second set. They win at 25-21. I just spoke with the medical staff of the United States, and Eric Shoji is clear to return. He's got an abrasion and a slight cut on his knee as he was diving after a ball. So expect the outstanding libero out of Stanford University and Hawaii to be back in this match for the United States. But I'll tell you, Dustin Watton did an outstanding job coming in off the bench. Very difficult situation to come in stone cold like that, particularly into a ball handling role, and I thought he was really solid. Second semifinal still to come between Poland and France. France, the winner of Group 2. Just handed the statistics and the leading scores through the first couple of sets. Matt Anderson leading the way for the United States. He's got 10 kills, 10 of 20. Taylor 10 points. Alexander Atanasievich with 13. So right now, Nikola Jovovic doing a very good job of spreading the wealth for Serbia. And they are in complete control of this first semifinal. Thanks for joining us here at Maracanazinho, the semifinal Saturday of the 26th World League Finals. $1 million in prize money to the winning team. The World Grand Prix on the women's side going on right now as well. And the United States, along with China and Brazil and Russia, look like they are on their way. Bronze medal game tomorrow just after 9 o'clock. The gold medal scheduled just after 11 o'clock in the morning here local time in Rio. Once again, very pleasantly surprised. Good crowd on hand, and with the absence of Brazil, there was a lot of question about every ticket has been sold. But this, until you come to Brazil or a country like Poland, you just don't understand how popular the sport of volleyball is. I mean, they are just into it big time. And that ball can't be kept alive. Awkward looking start there for the United States. And Micah Christensen back on at the setting position, as Thomas Jeske also along with Taylor Sander. So the United States has gone back to its starting lineup. And Watton has stayed on at the libero. So in spite of the fact that I was told that Shoji has been cleared to play, Watton will stay in. That was a pretty good swing. I thought that set was a little low to the liking of Taylor Sander. I know you want to play fast, but you also got to play high. And Taylor Sander can really, really get off the ground. Good, quick swing that time off of Atanasievich. Taylor Sander, I tell you, you didn't want that one coming back in your face. Smart swing by Anderson, and good defense again. Using a baseball analogy, playing deep center field. Nice job by Thomas Jeske getting this ball high off the top of the block. You know, I hope you like replays, because we are giving you a replay on every single point. Oh well. And that ball served out of bounds by Anderson. Serve and reception, that part of the game, I will say it, dominated right now by Serbia. Lots of service pressure, very, very few errors. Atanasievich, the tournament's leading scorer through the first couple of matches in the qualification round. Once again, Serbia qualified after losing to Italy to open the tournament 3-2, and then they beat Poland yesterday, also 3-2. Nikola Grbic may be a little bit concerned about fatigue with respect to some of his very, very busy players like Atanasievich. He said, you know, maybe tired after the match, but a match like this, the bright lights are on. So these guys are too young to be tired. Atanasievich, 23 years of age, but he did take 44 swings yesterday. That's a lot. That ball right off the noggin of Micah Christensen. Lucky swing that time by Kovacevic. Very smart swing by Jeske off the block and out of bounds. Is Dustin Watton once again. A lot of teams carrying two liberos right now. Some of them deploy two liberos, one for reception, one for defense. Serbia does that with Majstorovic along with Nikola Rosic. Italy does it as well oftentimes. And David Lee into the match now for David Smith. So the two-time Olympian and Olympic champion from 2008 has joined the party, if you will. And I think this is a good substitution, putting somebody in of David Lee's experience. John Spera has really gone deeply into his bench. Juros Kovacevic, good dig down the line by Anderson. Going to have to get right back in offensively. Timing just wasn't there. We'll get a look at this, and watch Anderson had to jump backwards a little bit, ran under the ball, and if you're not hitting it at its highest possible point, I don't know if we'll see Anderson early enough. Now you can't really tell from that replay, but really didn't get good velocity on that particular swing. There's David Lee on the cutback. Lee now 33 years of age, played in China professionally 2 years ago, but has returned to the top league in Russia last year. I thought he was the best blocker in the world 2007, 2008, 2009, and still going strong. Juros Kovacevic. I don't know who he's staring at. Pretty lucky play that time. He just ripped the ball as hard as he could right at the block, and David Lee pulling his hands down. You know, I think that's a pretty smart move, actually. You know, that's a little cat and mouse. And it looks like a tough guy with a beard. Yeah, his older brother saying, okay, all good. And off the block and down once again for the United States. So very even start, obviously, with the teams tied at 6 apiece. Paul Sunderland here on hand. FIVB presenting the World League Finals once again. Jeski going with the easy float serve. The elder Kovacevic will handle that. A roll off the top of the tape and out of bounds. So when things go well, Juros Kovacevic screams and looks angry, and when things go badly, even more so. Hard to tell, good or bad. He's just an angry man all the time. That ball up by Watton. And not quite there. Atancievich with a save. And off the block and bring his team. What a good play by Watton that time. That ball's not down. Let's take a look. It's at the end here. Okay, the block was ruled right on the line. I had a bad angle on that, and a good block by Taylor Sander, and teams will head to the sideline now with the United States leading 8-6.
Pravit će greške, hoće nas oštetiti, verovatno, već jeste, ali nemojte da nam on pokvari ovo sve. Okej? Idemo dalje. Ajmo, nastavi, oba!
The next one, okay?
Hey, defense, be ready for that stuff, huh? Yeah, let's go. USA! That's it, baby.
Teams coming off the sideline. Welcome back once again. Thanks so much for joining us. Maybe watching us live on the YouTube channel. Good save by Atancievich. The United States with a rare lead, 8-6. And Podrashtanen comes right back. That ball on the end line. And everybody along the American sideline agreeing that that ball was in. Officials done a good job, you know, and the linesmen as well. We're seeing some overrules with the challenge system, but I'll tell you, I find no fault with the officials in that. Ball is traveling so hard, so high, so fast. They have to have super slow-mo cameras in order to ascertain that the ball has been touched, even almost microscopically. Jump float, ace serve this time against Jeski. Boy, the United States has not been good at all in serve and receive. And they're right there. Tied at 8. And that ball out of bounds. The connection not there. No touch detected. The players saying no. David Lee shaking that one off. Was there a touch? Oh, there might have been. There might have been on a touch on Podraštinen. United States not sharp. And they're paying the price. So Serbia runs 4 straight points to take the 10-8 lead. And a timeout called by the United States.
Patty, you can go shot on the head.
Hey,
I think on that
I'm
one,
putting a time
going
out.
short. Did you expect him to get it, or you just got to let him know? Well, yeah, just dropped a little bit. So you're on it now. That was a good adaptation. You stepped up, made a nice pass on the next one.
Deep guy. I'll go get it.
You're good with your hands, so you step up, you're good on both. Oh, here we go.
You hit the mid. 1, 2, finish.
Kovacevic coming out of the timeout by the United States, and over the top of the block. Good dig by Juros once again. And his older brother off the block and out of bounds. And just missed on the sideline that time by Atancijevic. Atancijevic watching the far court. I think he was actually trying to play that ball. But did he touch it? No, I don't think so. 5-0 run now for Serbia. Sander, a very tentative swing once again, right into the meat of the block. I would look for John Spera to make a substitution, and he calls another timeout. So he's taken his second timeout, and Serbia has scored 6 straight points.
Right now. Okay, you get down on 14, get a good ball to it. Number 1, what you want to do with the ball? What do you want to do with it? Let's go straight.
Yeah, we're going to go right on the ball and drop it.
Take it over that net.
Everything, let's
1,
go!
2, 3. USA. Here we go. Let's go.
Kovacevic coming out of the second and last American timeout. The United States just being completely outplayed right now, and ruling that that ball did not clear. 4 contacts, which, a quick reminder, that is not reviewable. That is a judgment call. You may think touch on the block, but the only touch on the block that is reviewable is the one that goes off the top of the block and ends a point. I think that was a missed call. I thought the Americans touched that ball. Atancijevic again, now back-to-back unforced errors, and Atancijevic is asking, and the challenge will be for a net touch, not a touch off the block. Ball is, meters out of bounds. So right now being reviewed, each team gets 2 challenges, and if you're proven correct, there's no net touch there. That's going to be the United States point. So the coaches, you know, it's interesting. Yeah, no touch. There was no touch. I don't know what the Serbians are complaining about. The net's going to vibrate. I mean, there's no touch. No, there's no touch there. And now 3 straight points. And a timeout is called by Serbia, and the United States right back in it at 12-11. Somebody's going to get a yellow card here. Nikola Grbić yelling at his team to get over onto the sideline. First referee, Nasser Shaban from Egypt.
Slušajte me dobro sad šta ću vam reći. Slušajte me dobro šta ću vam reći. Mi da pobedimo ovaj set, treba da dođemo do 35. Je vam jasno to? Jer pravi sranja. Nemojte da nas izbaci iz igre. Bilo je mreža. Šta ćemo sad? Mislimo sad na ulopu. Nemojte da pobedimo.
Look, I don't speak a word of Serbian other than good morning, thank you, good afternoon, and good night. But I guarantee you that Nikola Grbić was telling his team to just shut up and play. Easier said than done. But they've got to regroup right now and focus on this next contact and rely on a veteran like Nikola Kovacevic, and he was one of the biggest perpetrators. Kovacevic off the left side, rips through a seam in the block. Boy, and that was against the Americans' biggest block, Anderson and Holt on the outside, but this is just a superb swing in the high seam by a world-class outside hitter. Anderson got to fill that gap. Yep, there's David Lee. Close it up. And Matt Anderson at 2 meters, 2 centimeters, and a wonderful leaper, certainly capable of doing that. Bogdašnin misses this serve, a rare miss into the top of the tape. Serbia leading 2-0 and 13-12, first of 2 semifinals here on this very special Saturday in Rio de Janeiro. Still to come, France, the winner of Group 2, taking on the reigning world champions from Poland. Kovacevic through the block, dug by Jeski. Oh, that is a really hittable set. Good swing, high up into the hands. And off the top of the block once again. And that was a confident swing by Taylor Sander. He's been playing, in my opinion, although he played very well yesterday against France, very tentative. He has got to step it up. I know he's just a kid at 23 years of age. No, maybe not so much a kid anymore. He's already played 1 year professionally in Verona in the Italian league. That was a world-class swing. Tied at 13. Had a lot of controversy. That's always fun. Atanasiewicz, the ball right on top of the American block, but they just couldn't find it. It rattled off of Taylor Sander, and then Max Holt. That is really frustrating. Just couldn't locate. American blocks getting over the net late. They're not very efficient or very disciplined. Remember, they had no scoring blocks in the second set. Great serve by Atanasiewicz. He set the table for Nikola Kovacevic. Anderson restores some order down the line, but the United States still trailing 15-14, 1 point away from the technical timeout. United States a chance to tie. Back to Anderson, down the line, no. Smartly into the block to reset the point. Kovacevic trying to slice off the angle and misses it. And we're tied at 15. Down the line and just out of bounds. Wow. That was a close miss. So teams will head to the sideline. Taylor Sander missing it by a couple of centimeters, going for the ace. And Serbia leading 16-15 at the second technical timeout. Hoping for a sweep against the United States.
Guys, we're going to stop here. We're going to stop. Ship it away. Good job, guys. Ship it away.
Da izmišljamo, da zajebemo blok. Dignemo lepo mirnu četvorku. Ako je balata druga linija i ovdje imamo dizača, prva linija na bloku, dignimo loptu u četvorku.
Teams coming back out on the court. Let's reset things. Serbia won the opening set, taking advantage of 12 errors by the United States. They win it 25-23. Serbia completely outplayed the United States in the second. They win it 25-21. The winner will play for the gold. The United States looking for their third title. It could be Serbia's first. Jitski one-on-one and tied at 16. Quite honestly, the United States has not played nearly their best volleyball so far here in Rio. But they've been right in it. Very, very close loss to Brazil in 4 sets, and then a close win against France. Too many errors and not good enough in the serve receiving phase. And that ball served out of bounds by Holt, and Serbia leading 17-16. France and Poland to follow approximately 20 minutes after the conclusion of this match. Poland lost to Serbia yesterday 3-2 after a relatively mundane win over Italy earlier in the tournament. Back row combination going behind, and Sander registering the kill. Sievich throwing that ball into the block. Anderson's down, so you go in left side. Jitski able to put that ball away. Really good swing once again by Tom Jitski. He has signed his first professional career and will be going to play for the top team in Poland. A big mountain to climb for the United States, trailing 2-0. Kovacevic high up off the block. Good enough pass. Can Jitski get 2 in a row? No, that ball blocked absolutely straight down by Podraštinen. Really good block by number 18 in blue. Just perfect technique. Ball, maybe, yeah, ball was set way outside the antenna, so maybe Jitski, you know, you got to make a decision in an absolute microsecond. Probably needed to hit that ball softly up into the block to maybe restart. That's trouble. And a net violation against Anderson, and the United States gives up back-to-back points. Serbia now leading again 19-18. And again, serve and receive. Back row combination. Not at 100%. It has not been clicking the way John Speron, head coach of the United States, would like. Again, he's told me that he wants his team, when they're in system, 35% of the balls to be set in the middle, either to their front row middle attackers or the back row quick combination. Ace serve! Boy, that ball completely froze Nikola Rosic. Now the United States back on top, 20-19. And Nikola Kovacevic, back row quick combination, Serbian style. Tied at 20. And that ball crisply to the floor. And you got to be at 100%. There have been some balls that have been a little bit mistimed, a little bit mishandled. Nice job by Watton once again coming in for Eric Shoji, who left the match after colliding with one of the chairs along the sideline. A bruise and an abrasion, but Watton has come in and done a very good job. Serbia has been much better out of system and in transition. Good set to the outside. No, it really wasn't. It was too wide. Kovacevic off the block and out of bounds. Or the United States, I don't have access to their numbers in transition, but they have not been very good. Not nearly good enough. Set was way outside the net. Sander just had to keep it in play. Tied at 21. Lots of opportunities for the United States, not capitalized on. And Sander misses it out of bounds. Another American unforced error. And that's just a whiff. No top spin whatsoever. Wow, one-on-one. And Pedrastinen, he's missed a couple here lately after serving so well throughout the early stages, not only of this tournament, but of this match. Matt Anderson going back. Tied at 22. Remember, first 4 sets win by 2. Played to 25. I think we're going extra time, though. What a great pass by Nikola Kovacevic. One-on-one and off of Christensen once again, but all Nikola Kovacevic. Serbia has won the silver medal on 4 occasions. They have never won this championship. They're 2 points away to playing for the gold. Anderson ties things up at 23. Serbia was trying to get a blocking sub into the lineup, but they were late. Atancievich going to be out of system here. The United States, a chance to take the lead. Got to have it. The timing not there again. Another missed opportunity. but a stuff block here by Christensen. Boy, the United States is just clawing and scratching. But they're making things very hard on themselves, just not executing. And a timeout called by Serbia.
Make sure you out there on him good. You do not go. They're going, go here. Okay, go and you read and get to either pin. Let's go. Love it, love it.
First set point for the United States. Excellent blocking on the perimeter by 22-year-old Micah Christensen. He'll be turning professional once again after having just graduated from the University of Southern California. He will play for Macerata. Serve must be in. Oh my gosh. Can you believe that? Unforgivable. That is just awful. You cannot miss that serve under any circumstances. Tied at 24. Here is Nikola Kovacevic. The United States got to dig in. They have not been good in serve receive. Excellent pass by Watton. Serbia. Atansievich through the block and down. Now Serbia will have a match point. Nikola Kovacevic, two-time Olympian, 32 years of age. I thought we might see him today. Crowd on its feet. Match point for Serbia. Anderson, right on the sideline. One match point saved, tied at 25. Joros Kovacevic comes right back on. Max Holt has been kind of a mystery from the service line. He's got an ace. You never know what to expect. That was a lucky one because I'll tell you what, look, there's hardly any spin on that ball at all. That ball was going to be out by over a meter. No spin, one of the toughest balls to handle. Now, set point once again for the United States. Their second. Going to Atansievich. And he missed it out of bounds. Serbia will, of course, challenge. Why not use the challenge? You can't take it with you. But just looking at the angle of that ball, I think it was out of bounds. Oh, no, that ball's out. Yeah, clearly that ball is out of bounds. But there'll be a little bit of a delay. There's no reason not to challenge. You might as well use one. The United States serving for it. Max Holt getting the ace, waiting for the video replay. No question that ball is out of bounds. Yeah, no question. Teams will change sides, and the United States is on the board. They win the third set, 27-25. Well, the United States hanging in when they are certainly not playing their best. And we're going to play a fourth set here in Rio. United States with 9 errors, Serbia there with 8. 3 aces for the United States as they win at 27-25. Still not blocking particularly well, but give Serbia the credit for that. Serbia has been spectacular at the offensive end. Oh, and I like this a lot. It's a new program initiated by the FIVB, and you know, didn't we all start playing volleyball this way as kids? You didn't know you were playing volleyball when you were 18 months old, batting the balloon around the living room with your mother, your father, your aunt or uncle or a brother or a sister. You know, the game can be played obviously at this level, but it can be played very casually indeed, and just get out and enjoy it. You certainly see that all over Copacabana and Ipanema. All ages and sizes, and just enjoying the game of volleyball, whether it's on the beach or indoors. Of course, they play foot volley here, which is a combination of football and volleyball. I would hurt myself badly, but it's fun to watch. Very neat. Just get out and play and enjoy the game.
E agora é o seguinte, ó, se liga aí. Vamos voltar pro jogo. Levanta os balões na contagem regressiva. 3, 2, 1, parabéns para todos os balões do time que vai voltar pro campeonato. Então, 3, 2, 1 e
done? Yeah. Okay. And then this one here, start stacking it this way. If the ball gets pushed here, you can commit and then pump and then go, you know what I mean? Like if it's stacked. If it's in the middle of the court, I want you to stay neutral.
oni pokrivaju ovoga desetku.
Libero nije sjajan, nisu na ploču.
A jeste li bolje prima od ovoga? Ajde, on je na Sander.
So coming out of the technical timeout, Serbia on top of the United States again. 8-7 here in Rio de Janeiro. Americanazinho, very good crowd, very knowledgeable. They're definitely pulling for Serbia. Watton with a perfect pass, and David Lee once again. Podraščanin mad at himself, but that's really a good, crisp combination. It all started with a good pass from Watton. Apologize if you were with us early on. We've had some on-again, off-again audio issues, but hard work here, and that seems to have been cleared up. Taylor Sander completely overran this play. I know one-on-one, Atancievich has got a huge advantage, but where do you think he's hitting the ball? Looking cross-court, ball set inside, aiming cross-court. Got to dive into the angle, even if you're one-on-one, and make him change direction of the ball. Good swing over the top of the block by Sander. Comes right back at the offensive end. Back and forth we go, and both teams probing where's the advantage, and right now for both it seems to be with good passing into the middle. Atancievich. Taylor Sander, good swing high up into the block. United States ahead in the point, off the block and out of bounds. Taylor Sander didn't get the point, but he got the Americans into a better spot with a really good, that's a superb world-class swing. And now look, United States in system, they got all their choices, so Taylor Sander, a superb swing. Stuff block on the outside. Jeske, Max Holt, and Micah Christensen. The United States has been a very poor blocking team in this particular match. Hey, good offense from Serbia, no doubt. Right back down the line outside of Christensen. See, Nikola Kovacevic, he's just world class. You know, it's not like you can take one thing and give away another. He's going to take whatever you give him. I just love Nikola Kovacevic as a player, have for a long time. Really, really good. That block was pretty well positioned. He still found a way to get it to the floor. Smart swing by Jeske off the top of the block on a broken play. See, you don't hit the ball out of bounds. You hit smart shots, and you play team volleyball. And by that, see, look, United States in trouble. So Jeske makes a good swing, and then all of a sudden you say, wait a minute, let's rely on our block and our defense. So Max Holt right there to stop the attack out of the middle by Lisinac. Good swing by Jeske. That ball might have been out of bounds. Very good swing again. Smart swing. Not at 100%. The United States has come back to take the lead. 13-11 and force the timeout by Serbia. United States on a nice little mini run, outscoring Serbia 6-3 here to take the lead.
Znači, samo nam treba strpljenje, rekao sam, preciznost i strpljenje. Okej, odlična ova, samo nemoj da čekaš, rekao sam, samo nemoj, jer sve okrećeš ka jedan, čekaš, okrećeš ka jedan. On je konj 2 i 5, skače i prebacio ti ovamo. Znači, slobodno, ako okreneš ovamo, gotovo, nema šanse da ti... Ajde, daj, idemo dalje, ovo probaj, daj.
Max Holt back to serve, coming out of Serbia's timeout. Tell you, Serbia's serve receive not quite as good as it has been, as Atansijevic yet with another kill. I told you he was leading the way with 16 points through 3 sets, but only 13 of 34. That's not as high a kill rate as one would like if you're a Serbian fan. Anderson can't keep that ball alive. Tied at 13. That ball maybe set a little bit, well, the timing just wasn't there. For whatever reason, the timing was not there. Anderson trying to throw the ball back into Kovacevic, and he did that successfully. It would have been a free ball for the United States, but Anderson not in a good position to continue the play. Jeski into the cross court, good dig again. And David Lee off the block. He's really turned it up at the offensive end. And I'll tell you what, Serbia might have to start committing on David Lee out of the middle. Lisinac with a dig after the Jeski swing. But watch the middle blocker. Yeah, he just late. Lisinac, no, that was Podrashinin that time, number 18 in blue. Just a little bit late. David Lee starting to rack up the kills. Off speed again. Juros Kovacevic. Left-handed guys are just squirrely. He is such a clever player. I was talking to John Spera about number 2 in blue, Juros Kovacevic, before the match. John Spera, the American head coach. And he just said he is such a good volleyball player. Jeski. Nicely done, and I talked about Podrashinin committing on David Lee. Perfect pass there again, and Podrashinin, because Lee has been so active at the offensive end. Watch the middle of your screen. Yeah, Podrashinin went with David Lee, so that opened things up for Jeski. Good turn down the line. And he misses it out of bounds. The United States has not served nor passed all that well so far in this semifinal. We'll have the second technical timeout. Again, a good crowd on hand here at Maracanazinho. The Brazilian volleyball fans love this game, and good on them for coming, especially when their team had been eliminated in the preliminary round. Brazil losing out on points in their group to the United States and France. There's an unnecessary delay here. This match has got a good flow to it. Good tempo, good flow, good competitiveness. So what if players are yelling at each other a little bit? 3-meter line combination. Again, not there for the United States. Why have they struggled with the back row quick combination for shorthand? Wow, they got to get that straightened out. They got to get it straightened out in a hurry. Second technical timeout. Serbia leading 16-15. the second technical timeout after the unforced error. Uros Kovacevic back at the line. And Taylor Sander, there's no question there was a touch. And how that linesman didn't see that touch, I don't know. Clearly deflected off of Pedrashinen here. There you see it. Clearly off of his inside hand. Now before the challenge system, well, the referee's got that one, so let me stop right there. Do you go to Holt late? Yes, you do. Late and in the middle. What a set that time by Micah Christensen. A couple of good swings. Jeske might have dug a ball that was out of bounds, but you can't take that kind of chance. And now the United States on top 17-16. That ball into the antenna and out of bounds. So maybe Serbia thinking about a timeout. A rare mistake by Nikola Kovacevic. We're going to have a substitution. Coming on is number 3, Marko Ivovic. I'm kind of surprised. The United States has been serving Uros Kovacevic almost non-stop as that ball drifts a little bit long. And he's been holding up. John Spera taking a deep breath. Americans still with the lead. Pedrashinen and Marko Ivovic now will come on to replace number 1, Nikola Kovacevic. Ivovic started and played very well in the first 2 matches. Quick arm, good leaper. Back row combination still. Look, I'm splitting hairs here, but sorry, these are the best of the best. That still was not perfectly executed. That was about a 7 on a scale of 10. Jeske having to reach for that, hitting it on the almost on the way down. United States still with some separation, 19-17. The Brazilian crowd favoring Serbia. Tancievich with a kill once again. That's just a world-class swing. Right up high in the top of the block. And Tancievich back at the line. Serbia's serving has dropped a little bit. More errors have crept in. But he is one of the best. I'm not sure he has any idea where it's going. He just hits it hard, and as I mentioned, more service errors lately for Serbia. John Spera done an outstanding job. Played at UCLA. He's got his mentor Al Scapes, former UCLA head coach, on the sideline. Sander will track that down. He kind of shanked that and kept in play. Taylor! Wow! Taylor Sander tracks it down, and Micah Christensen finally diving into the cross court and getting the stuff here one-on-one against Marko Ivovic. That's how you do it. Dive into the cross court and take some angle. The United States leads at 21-18, and Serbia has called their second and final timeout. The United States has outscored Serbia after trailing 16-15 at the second technical timeout, 5-2.
Ova sad je najvažnija. Probamo kad je lagana, samo da je dodamo malo veću parabolu. Kad udari u sajlu, kad je skrateno.
United States wins it 25-20. Some key blocks here at the end. And Matt Anderson making things happen coming out of that late timeout. Anderson getting that final stuff. Outstanding work by the United States to tie this up at 2 sets apiece. Look at the numbers, and of course the key, go down to the blocking category. Through the first 3 sets, the United States blocked only 6 balls. They blocked 5 alone in that 4th set to tie this match at a set apiece. Excellent blocking by particularly Micah Christensen. Remember that ball he blocked one-on-one against Marko Ivovic. So Serbia won the opening 2 sets, 25-23, 25-21. Max Holt's ace. And then a block at the end. The United States wins the 3rd set, 27-25, and they win the 4th relatively easily, 25-20. So the 5th set here at Maracanazinho at the World League Finals will be played to 15 points. Teams will change sides at 8. 2 full timeouts, 2 challenges. And it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Marko Ivovic or Nikola Kovacevic starts this 5th set. Last time the United States came from 3 sets down was back in 2014 on April 23rd to be exact. They lost the first 2 sets in Bulgaria and then came back to win it. They won the 5th set 15-12. Tried to get the same information in reverse from Serbia. When was the last time they led 2 sets to none and ended up losing? But just couldn't quite source that out for you, so I apologize for that. Well, I'm just looking here, and the 3rd intercontinental round match at home against Brazil, Serbia was down 2 sets to none and came back and won that match. So Nikola Grbić and Serbia have come back from 2 sets down. And let's see if they have what they have done when they have won the first couple of sets and then gone on. They've played, not been in this situation so far during this World League season. A couple of coaches working hard. John Spera in particular has made a lot of substitutions. David Lee will start things out. What a first semifinal here on semifinal Saturday in Rio de Janeiro. Still to come, France and Poland. Atancievich, and he's immediately blocked. United States with all the momentum here and striking first. Serbia's serving and passing game has really fallen off over the last set and a half. Bad set. And that ball thrown out of bounds. Taylor Sander touched it. No, that's going to be a challenge. Sander touched it. Yeah, no question about the touch. You know, it's hard to do instantaneously. Taylor Sanders trying to reach over and surround that ball. No question about the touch. Serbia's ball. Serbia's ball, no question about it. Nasa Shaban has said any more misbehaving by the Serbians, and that's going to be a red card. Lost you a point. there's no question that it's Serbia's point. Absolutely no question. Yep, easy play to call. The match has had good tempo to it. Let's move on. Yeah, easy play to call. Let's go. That's not the best replay. We've seen the angle. That's not a good angle either. We've seen the one that shows the touch many times before. That angle doesn't show you, but the others previously did. Yeah, no question about the touch. Absolutely no question. There was never any question. So good challenge by Serbia and tied at 1 apiece. Back row combination again. Oh, now some good talking between the teams. I like it. Please don't do this. Don't call the players over. You know, there's just a little yelling at each other between. There's nothing wrong with that. Atancijevic, just man up a little bit. So what? And I'd say the same if it was the Serbians yelling at the Americans. Well, good to do it with a smile on your face. The next will be no warning. It'll be a red card. Don't take all the fun out of the game. When was the last time anybody saw a fight in a volleyball match? Hotly contested battle. You're going to have emotions. Ace serve by Anderson. And an early timeout taken by Nikola Grbić. So one timeout taken by Serbia, with the United States leading 3-1. Really a classic battle. Serbia completely outplayed the United States. They had a match point in the third set. Matt Anderson with a wonderful kill, and then Max Holt with the ace serve gave the Americans the advantage. And I wondered how Serbia would react after being so close to the finish line, and they did not react very well in that fourth set. The United States won easily, 25-20. Nikola Kovacevic, of course, is back on the floor for Serbia. Early advantage to the United States. Kovacevic, ball set way too tight, saved by Watt. Sander, good push into the block. And Max Holt, oh, he gave it away. Wow. Wow. No, that is not a throw. That's a good play in my opinion. I don't know why are we seeing this? Has nothing to do with the call. Max Holt called for a throw there. That was a huge call. Ball set tight to the net. Atancijevic with a dig. Kovacevic is blocked. Taylor Sander back to serve. Tight there, and somehow Lisinac got that through. Wow, really good set that time by Nikola Jovovic. You know, and that's a bad read by the United States, because Jovovic was tight to the net, out of position, had no place else to go. A serve by Kovacevic. Boy, what a classic match. That ball's in, there's no question about it, in by a lot. Another very tough serve coming to Anderson. And he's blocked. And now Serbia takes the lead 5-4. And I think you might see a timeout from the United States. And there it is. So the United States had the early lead. Lisinac with a stuff block. The United States had the early advantage 3-1. And now Serbia has come back with a mini run of their own. Story of the match. Back and forth we go.
Right now, we play defense around it. Great pickup by you, huh? So let's be ready for it. Hey, solid over the net, and we'll dig. Go. Hey, 2-3. USA. Go. 3.
So Serbia, a nice response, and their two-time Olympian Nikola Kovacevic will go back to the line. He's serving really well. Jeski through the block and down. What a clutch kill by the 21-year-old. Dustin Watton once again. What a performance by number 21, the substitute libero for the United States. A collision in the back court, and Taylor Sander is being checked. Eric Shoji has already been lost to injury, wondering if he can continue. Trying to walk it off. And we're going to have a substitution. Paul Lottman is going to come in, at least for the moment. Talk about some pressure, but Paul Lottman's been around for a long time. Did not play well earlier on in this match. The 29-year-old played professionally in Poland for a long time. And he better be ready to go. He better be ready to pass and dig right now. Tied at 5. Stuff block. Jeski got it down the line against Atanasiewicz. Jeski, wow, just inside the sideline. United States with a slight lead. What a good match. This is really fun. I don't know what Poland and France is going to be like, but this is going to be tough to top. Easy serve. Back to Atanasiewicz again, and that ball, the linesman started to call it in. The ball was out. Don't use a challenge here. I think that ball was out. Yeah, that ball's out. That's good work by Micah Christensen, telling his coach, look, a lot of times the players see with their hearts. And that was Christensen saying, wait a minute, don't use a challenge here. The ball was out. Good pass by Lottman. And Anderson with a kill. John Spera said, he is our guy. We are going to ride Matt Anderson. And that ball ripped right through the seam of the block. Christensen back at the line. The United States leading 7-6. Tough serve, and the service winner, Micah Christensen. What a match he has played, and it didn't start out all that well. He was taken out of the match, and Kavika Shoji came in, and then at only 22 years of age, what a lot of maturity there for number 11 in white. The United States leads at 8-6 on the side change. Christensen back to serve. Keeps this one in. Perfect pass into the middle. No, Juros Kovacevic. That ball stopped. Kovacevic again, and he's blocked by Anderson. And now the biggest lead of the fifth set for the United States. The United States leading at 9-6, and Serbia is now out of timeouts. So now the United States, yeah, and I'm not overusing the word, they are in control right now. 3-point advantage. The fifth set tiebreaker to 15. They can just have things on their side of the net. Now, Serbia, first of all, they've got to score a receiving point right now. They can't give up another one. And then they got to block some balls and make some plays. Christensen again. Got to keep this serve in. Tough serve. Atancievich. And he's blocked again. Anderson with a couple of huge blocks back to back. And Nikola Grbic is going to use one of his challenges. He's going to, why not? There's every reason to use it. You're now down 10-6. And you might as well challenge that the United States blockers touch the net. Here's the TV replay. There's the block. There is no net there. That's going to be the Americans' point. I understand the challenge, and I think it's good use of the challenge by the Serbian head coach, Nikola Grbic, but there is no net violation there. You saw none move. Again, that's the television replay, not the challenge replay you're looking at. We'll have that for you in a moment. And at least in my opinion, by my view of the video evidence I've seen so far, there was no net touch. And the United, yeah, Matt Anderson, I think that kind of tells you that he knows that there was no net violation. Waiting for the challenge. This is obviously a huge call. It would be a 2-point switch. It's 10-6. If Serbia gets the call, it could be 9-7. Nope. What? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. No. That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. Wow. There was no net touch there. I don't know what they're looking at. Wow. Now the United States got to concentrate here. And they do. They come back and get the point. There was no net touch there. Wow. United States back on top, 10-7. They thought they had a 4-point lead. Kovacevic, that ball's up by Watton. And that ball immediately stuffed right back at Paul Lottman. Good dig by Watton. He did get his hand underneath that ball. Smart fought that time by Paul Lottman, maybe just a little higher up into the block. But the United States lead is only 2. Into the middle. Yes, and David Lee unloading once again. Loves the wrist away, and this time David Lee was a 33-year-old freight train. Perfect pass by number 10, Tom Jeske. David Lee, good float server. They've been working on Uros Kovacevic, but Nikola Kovacevic is in the front court right now. This serve's got to be in. And it carries long. Wow, what a gift. The United States still with a 2-point lead. Podrashinin, a good server. And if Nikola Kovacevic gets a turn, could get Serbia right back in this match. Good pass again by Jeske, and flailed out of bounds. It's 11-10. Very tough chance by Micah Christensen. Podrashinin has been such a good server, but he's missed his share late. Off the block and out of bounds. The Americans lead now 12-10 and are 3 points away from one of their best comeback performances in this kind of situation ever. I remember in 2008, the United States was down to Poland in the World League Championship that they won. Came back, and then it was the United States really fighting an uphill battle. Again. Anderson misses that serve into the top of the net. So back-to-back missed serves, and now a blocking sub. This is Alexander Okolic. No, Sasha Starovic and Okolic coming on. So it'll be 2 subs. Remember, Okolic served the ace against Poland yesterday. He's a jump float server. And then Sasha Starovic, the backup opposite, will come in to block for the setter, Nikola Jovovic. Anderson missed it out of bounds. Wow. And we're going to challenge. The United States, we're going to have a challenge. The United States is going to challenge that there was a touch. I don't think there was. Nope, no touch. Nope. I'll tell you, it was huge when they called that net touch violation against the United States. That would have given them a 4-point lead. We're going to have a tie here at 12 all. It's going to be 12 all. But you might as well challenge. No, there's no touch. Still waiting for the official replay. I'll tell you, that is just a millimeter from being a touch. I want to make absolutely sure. No touch. So now tied at 12. While the United States had a 9-6 lead, thought that they should have had a 10-6 lead, all the momentum. And now Serbia, give them a lot of credit, have gotten back into this match. And the crowd is certainly behind them. Bad pass. Anderson again. Starovic off the block and down. Timeout called by the United States. What a first semifinal, and we'll be back with you about 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one for France and Poland. Taylor Sander coming back on now for Paul Lotman. Sander had to leave at the end of the fourth set, or earlier on in this set, excuse me. Been playing so long. Listen to the crowd. Ace serve. And once again, it's Alexander Okolic. Right on the end line. He served the match point. Great substitutions called by Nikola Grbic. And now, match point for Serbia. Oh, there's no question that was in. You had to challenge. Match point. Anderson. Got to go again. Where do you go? Back to Anderson. Ball set too low. Serbia for the win. What a semifinal match. The United States thought they had it won. A very, very controversial net touch overrule on the challenge system. It would have been 10-6. Instead, Serbia comes back and wins it 15-12. We're going to speak with one of the Serbians, and obviously they're going to be very happy indeed. Back with you in a couple of minutes. Back with you courtside after visiting with Nikola Kovacevic. What a match. That was really, really a lot of fun. The United States, of course, deeply disappointed. They'll be talking about a couple of controversial calls. One against Max Holt, a judgment call, but the other with the challenge system, where that was called, that would have given the United States a 10-6 lead. And for all intents and purposes, this match would have been over and one of the best comebacks ever for the United States. But the call went against the Americans. The review official was there, and so Serbia will go on to the finals, and they will play either Poland or France. Be sure and join us once again in about 20 minutes' time. That second semifinal still to come from Americanazinho. This is the World League Finals presented by the FIVB in Rio de Janeiro, home of the 2016 Olympic Games. Paul Sunderland saying so long for now. Semifinal to come.